actually going on study abroad, the RCAH Study Abroad to Costa Rica, because I hadn't taken any of the courses before I got down there, and then got down there and we were actually working and living with people every day.
For a trip to Costa Rica, and the trip was about ecotourism and sustainability, so that caught my attention.
The reason I decided to go to Costa Rica was, for one, it was a really good opportunity to go on a study abroad, considering my other major is international development. And the other reason was the civic engagement part of the RCAH, which I haven't had the chance to work on those credits at all yet. So I figured it'll be a good opportunity to work with rural communities in Costa Rica. And the third reason was definitely to learn Spanish, because it was a language that I don't know any of it, but I figured I can pick it up fast since I knew French, which was the case.
First for me, going to Costa Rica, and I found out we're going to be living in with Spanish-speaking families who don't speak English. That was number one. I'm like, wow, this will turn me into a different person after I come back. Like, I'll be able to maybe adjust with other cultures more, and not be as afraid to talk to people, kind of. And also learning about sustainability, because sustaining the environment is important to me. So I'm like, well, if I learn about it from in another land, it'll help me to preserve my own land even more than what I do now.
Once I got there, I was pretty intimidated the first week. I didn't talk to anyone in Spanish because I was like, I didn't know any, and I was like so afraid. But after the first week, I started picking up on everything that everyone's saying. And after that, pretty much the last 3 weeks, I was speaking Spanish by myself to everyone. I was in a community where no one else spoke any English, so I had to survive basically. So that was pretty cool. Fun at times for sure. We had classes Monday through Thursday, so those 4 days, we didn't really go out anywhere besides the school, which was fun to just hang out with everyone. Well, we got to go out every weekend. We were in a different place of the country. We got to go ziplining. We did a lot of cool stuff.
When we were in Costa Rica working near Puerto Viejo, we worked at a women's co-op, and there were actually volunteers, through a student volunteer organization there, that were doing similar work to us, but they couldn't speak the language. They didn't really communicate with the people they were working with. They were just kind of there to, do the volunteer work. And so, we could compare our situation, going in for civic engagement versus theirs just for volunteering. So we actually made real connections with people, and they were kind of there. Not that they didn't do wrong. It was just different.
The second month I was placed in Elgway, where it was how would they call it? It was like a women's, well, it was supposed to be a place for women to go to whoever comes, if you want to be a part of learning about new plants or new vegetables, things like that. Mostly anyone came. It wasn't just a women's group or co-op. But their main purpose was to sustain and preserve what they had, and they wanted to keep the tradition going of pesticide-free plants, things like that.
When we were in Costa Rica and we actually lived and worked with people every day, it felt like we were actually engaging with people rather than just going and oh, I went to Costa Rica and I volunteered for a week. I couldn't speak the language and I didn't make any connections with people. But actually having a real connection with people, I feel is more engagement than anything else.
By the time I came back, I think that was the thing I gained the most was the Spanish, and besides that, working with the kids and the rural community made me appreciate kind of what we have here, because they were really poor and they were in need for stuff that we consider normal and that we should have every day.
Yeah, I recommend going because, like I said, it was an experience that you'll only know about if you go. So, and it was a good experience for me. It was good. I'm glad I went.
I don't regret going at all. I think it's a really good experience. It changed me a lot.